driver power for older players. Today I'm going to show you this little cheat move here that I call the senior swing. So this is a move that helps you get more turn at the top of the swing, leading to a path coming more from the inside on the downswing, so you can hit longer, straighter drives, even if you struggle with shoulder turn your whole life, like I have. That's my story. I used to own 5 Golftec Learning Centers in Phoenix and Tucson, and I would go on the motion analysis. At the time, it was the cutting edge motion analysis technology. This is a while ago. But I would go on to and look at my swing, and I would see at the top of the swing, I was 67 degrees of shoulder turn with a 6-iron. Tour pros are averaging 89 with the 6-iron. So I would work on all these things to try to get more shoulder turn, but then my contact would get off, and little by little over time, I would go to less and less shoulder turn without even knowing I was doing it. So then one day I'm here on the driving range, and one of the pros walks up to me, and he noticed my low shoulder turn at the top of the swing, and he says, "You need to start your backswing with the hips." And I was like, I mean, this sounds ridiculous given my background, having given 10,000 Golftec lessons, owned 5 Golftec Learning Centers, but I never really thought about starting my backswing with hip turn in order to get more shoulder turn. And when I started doing this, it was like magic, okay? And so, of course, I wanted to share it with everybody. So I started telling everybody about this little move. But what I started to notice is that with some of the older players, it still wasn't enough. Okay, they still didn't have enough turn. They still weren't getting in a position where they could swing that club more from the inside on the downswing. And so then I started thinking, well, why not just cheat it a little bit and preset it a little bit at the beginning, so that preset this a little bit at the beginning so that you don't have so far to go to get to the top of the swing. So I started doing a lot of experimenting with it, and I'm going to teach you exactly how to do this in a way that's going to get you results really quickly, and it's going to help you hit much longer, straighter drives. And if you like this information, hit like, hit subscribe, enable alerts. I put out lessons like this all the time, and feel free to drop a comment, because I love hearing what you think or questions, and I try to reply to everything. So as we get started here, I want to first talk about the foundational principle of face first golf that really applies here. And it is called the strong grip, okay? And strong refers to the ball flight that's gonna be more strong instead of that weak open face ball flight. So a strong grip could be called a more closed face grip. Probably a better term than strong, because a lot of people think it's grip pressure, and that's not what it is. You don't want to grip the club tightly. It refers to what it does to the face, so it's kind of a closed face grip. And what's going to happen here when we make these adjustments, as you swing more from the inside on the downswing, you're going to want to get a little bit faster with your hands, because when you're over the top, you can't really be fast with the hands or you'd hit a big pull. So as we make these adjustments that get you swinging more easily from the inside on the downswing, you're gonna need a little bit of a faster face, okay, and going to a stronger grip, which just means putting the club out in the fingers here, moving this hand over so that lead thumb is on the trail side of the grip. I want you to be able to see at least that third. I don't even mind if you can see a little bit of that 4th knuckle on the back of the left hand. Now, when you do that, what that's going to do is it's going to make this club face want to turn over. So if you want to feel this right now, wherever you are, take any golf club, doesn't have to be a driver, but position your hands this way. Well, first position your hands this way. That's called a weak grip, when the hands are over this way. Now try to turn it over. It doesn't want to turn over. Now move it over this way, and you can just feel how that makes that face want to turn over. So that's the first adjustment. And if you want more information on the grip, I've got a really great 5-lesson detail on the grip. I'll put a link below here. You can opt in for that and get that completely free. So now that we've got the strong grip here, okay, that's gonna help us square up the club face. Now I wanna take you through this little setup here, and we'll hit a couple, but the first thing that we do is we walk in here, and what I want you to do is set that ball right in the center of your feet right here in the center of your stance. Now we are gonna play the ball forward a little bit because when we take our steps, we're gonna make some adjustments that is going to effectively move the ball position forward a little bit. But that's the first step to this, is just to get your target here, walk in, get your feet together, aim the face, feet together, ball in the center, aim the face. Always aim the face before you take that strong grip, okay? That is, and what we want to do when you take that strong grip is, we want to feel like we really get a good strong grip here that almost feels like if I just relax my hand a little bit, watch what the club face kind of wants to fall into a little bit of a closed position. That's what you want to feel like right here. You want to feel like if I just relax my hand a little bit, that club face wants to fall. So what we're setting up there is a situation where the club face really wants to turn over. That's going to be so important for this next piece as we start swinging that club more from the inside on the downswing. So that is what we do. We walk in here, put the ball in the center, aim the face first, then take that strong, good, strong grip here, okay? Now, when we step our feet apart, we're gonna take a little step with the lead foot here, and we're gonna take just a little bit bigger step with that trail foot, and we're also going to step it back just a little bit here, okay? So that now you can see my feet are a little bit closed right here. So this is what I'm talking about as far as what we're doing. By doing that is we're kind of presetting that little bit of rotation in the backswing so that we've already essentially begun our turn in the backswing. So that's a little kind of a preset move that you can do here that's really going to help you get that little bit more turn. Now, the reason that we want that little bit more turn in the backswing is that is what's going to help us swing that club path more from the inside on the downswing without even having to try to swing the club path from the inside on the downswing. That's the key piece to this, okay? So many players, when they're setting up with their square set up here, and they don't have much turn, what ends up happening is, as you go back, you don't turn very much, and when you don't turn, the hands just have to go up, right? And when the hands go up, then the club comes down this way. And it's almost that chopping down into it. If you hit those pop-ups or those weak slices, that's where that really comes from. Because what we really want, and this is really important to understand, is that driver is the only club where the ball sits up on a tee right here, right? And so what ends up happening is, as we come down into the ball, the bottom of the swing arc is back here. And then we catch the ball on the upswing, okay? So bottom of the swing arc's back here, and we want to catch the ball on the upswing. That's what knocks all the spin off it. You can almost think of this as almost a little top spin motion. You're not going to get top spin, but that's kind of the idea. And the more you're swinging this way, right, which is what everybody's struggling with and doing, the more it's going to put that backspin on the ball. Backspin is the enemy of distance. That's what leads to those pop-ups and drives that don't go anywhere, or back up when they land in the fairway, right? So which we don't want. So we really want to be swinging up at it, okay? And so that is why we make this next little adjustment. So let me take you through this again here. We walk in, feet together, aim the face. Feet together, aim the face. Now, after you've aimed that face, take that good strong grip, small step here, a little bit bigger step, and flaring this trail foot. I don't know if I said that, but you want to flare that a little bit to really enable that turn. Now, here's the little move that's really, really important here, and this is just a little bump this way with the hips towards the target. Just this little bump towards the target with the hips. And you can see this sets my spine angle, okay? And when I set my spine angle like this, that encourages what I was just talking about, which is swinging up at driver, right? Because I've got this little bit of tilt, it's really gonna help me swing up at it. And swinging up at driver does two things. It helps you hit it a little bit higher, and it also knocks all the spin off the shot when you're actually swinging up at it, as we just talked about, instead of that swinging down at it, putting all that backspin on it. So those are essentially the setup adjustments that are going to help you make that bigger turn in the backswing. When you make that little bit bigger turn in the backswing, now you're going to be here, right? When you don't make the turn, you're here. This is where we don't want to be. Where we want to be is with these hands a little bit deeper right here. When the hands get a little bit deeper behind, you got this little, and you have this little bit more turn, now you're going to automatically start to swing that club path from the inside on the downswing. But here's the thing to know about it. When you start swinging that path more from the inside on the downswing, you're going to be prone to hitting it straight out to the right, okay? Because you're so used to swinging over the top left, if you were to roll the face over, it would go way left. So you've learned how to swing your path over the top left, but somewhat hold the face open so that it doesn't go way left. So now as you start swinging that path from the inside on the downswing, because you're not used to really letting that toe of the club really whip past the heel of the club, you're going to be prone to hitting it over to the right. So we've got to get a little bit faster with the hands here. And here's how you feel that. We're just going to take the club in just your trail hand right here, and I just want you to feel this, that toe of the club whipping past the heel of the club with just this right hand on the club. You can even exaggerate a little bit, almost to where you go face to the ground kind of feeling right here, right? So face to the ground feeling right here. That's a huge exaggeration of the release. And when you actually go to swing and hit a ball though, you're probably not going to be able to exaggerate it that much. So in these rehearsals, we really want to exaggerate the face to the ground kind of feeling right here. Now you just put both hands on the club and just feel this a little bit, same thing. Just that same feeling that you had with just your trail hand on the club, and it's just face to the ground. That good strong grip's gonna help you get that feeling, right? That good strong grip's gonna help you get the feeling of that toe whipping past the heel of the club right here, and that little face to the ground kind of feeling. So, and that's basically it. I mean, those are the adjustments that we make for setup. In the swing, you're gonna wanna really encourage that toe release. But then when you start to hit balls, you wanna start with really small, slow swings. Because if you start trying to hit this ball full speed with full length swings, your body's gonna go fast and that face is never gonna catch up, right? So we almost wanna feel really with this, we wanna feel the hands, body, and arms really stay in sync right here, right? So my hands stay right in front of the body right here with a little swing. We don't want to be trying to hit this full and start getting the hips going super fast and this all gets left behind right here, right? It's really important. We want as much hip rotation towards the target as we can get, but what's more important is that everything never gets out of sync. Okay, so no matter how fast or slow your hips can go, we always want the hands right in front of that feeling of the hands right in front of the body and the toe of the club really whipping past the heel of the club in sync with the body rotation. And when you start hitting a couple of these now, I don't want you to worry about where the ball goes, really. We're just trying to go through the steps of this and really get this down. And if anything, just try to get the ball to turn left a little bit. Don't really worry too much about this. This is just kind of laying the foundation of something that you're going to build on here. Face square, set the ball in the center, face square, good strong grip right here. Small step, little bit bigger step, little hip bump right here. Now I'm just going to whip that toe of the club past the heel of the club. Oh, and that one, I felt like I didn't even swing at it, but it stayed in the air for a long time, and that was a solid little, almost tried to draw a little bit down the right side right there. Just feels so solid when you get these little things happening together. That's why this is such a power move, because when you get the body and the arm synced up, everything's turning together, and then the toe of the club whips past the heel of the club. So you're getting all of this, everything's staying, working together, right? And that toe of the club whips past the heel of the club as that path comes more from the inside and the toe whips past the heel of the club, you can really pop it out there. I mean, the ball's got no spin. It's gonna roll like crazy, and you can really pop it out there with these little, almost nothing feeling swings. Feet together, aim the face, good strong grip, small step, little bit bigger step, little hip bump, and now we're really just gonna whip that toe of the club past the heel of the club here. And another one that's just, I mean, I feel like that's about as far as I hit it normally. Maybe not quite, but it's pretty darn close. And it just is such a good feeling. Just go through it a couple of times. Small little swings, feet together, aim the face. Good strong grip. Small step, little bit bigger step, hip bump, and toe past the heel right here. Those just feel so good. I don't know, sometimes I think maybe I should start playing golf that way. I've actually been experimenting with it a little bit. So if you like this information, be sure to hit like, be sure to subscribe, enable those notifications. I'm putting videos out like this all the time. And if you want those free 5 lessons that really go into a lot of detail on the grip, go check that out at facefirstgolf.com. I appreciate you being here. I hope that gives you some real specific steps that you can take to gain back maybe some of that distance that you've lost as you've gotten older. Same thing's happening to me right now. I'm looking for every little edge that I can get. So I hope this gives you that little edge.